The stark contrast of the 2010s Xbox with 4 or 5 studios to now, a bolstering 30-some studio teams creating first-party content, all but ensures that Xbox will have a massive quantity of quality exclusives for their platform once the teams ship their creative works. 2022 is the kickoff for the new Xbox Game Studios with new IPs and acquired exclusives, but some of the studios have had nothing but trouble trying to get projects off the ground, and many are asking if Xbox is truly ready. This is Colteastwood. Welcome back to the channel. I'm glad I'm back to making videos, but today is going to be a little bit different. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Won't waste any more time. Let's get into what's going on with Xbox Game Studios. 3 studios in particular have had the most difficulty building and releasing games this generation, and we are going to dive deep into the reason why Xbox Game Studios is broken and needs additional help launching AAA games. 343. They've had Halo longer than Bungie, and at this point they should be able to own up to what they have with the franchise and make it deliver on all fronts. The launch for Halo Infinite was fantastic. The post-launch after Christmas ended has not been so well with the gaming fans. They need to deliver more. One thing completely missing from Halo is a multiple biome ring that we should have seen in the first campaign that would have fleshed out what we expect from Halo games that take you to all different places, jungles, cities, snowy landscapes, and all different types of variety along the game. The one saving grace that Halo has is bringing in Joseph Staten. This is the guy who has had tons of history with the studio and with the franchise, and as I call him, the closer. He has been the one that is driving force and leading the real direction for the team to bring Halo to what the fans are expecting. He recently said in an interview,
"The decision we're making, though, and I believe this is the right one, even though it's hard some days, is to make sure that when we talk to our fans, that they can rely on what we say. Fans are really soon going to be exposed to some really cool stuff that we've got going on for Season 2. It's taken a little bit longer to get the engine up to speed. Communication's flowing in the way that we want to, but the engine is cranking, and I'm super excited about the next year and beyond."
Transparency, communication, and more variety-filled content needs to come to Halo Infinite to make it absolutely fantastic. And like most people say, big service-based games in the first year have always kind of floundered and become real big hits, and I expect the same from Halo Infinite. Rare has a great pedigree spanning from the 90s all the way into the 2000s, and their history since then has been kind of spotted, with Sea of Thieves landing not the way most people expect, but because of community-driven feedback, has become a massive hit. Everwild is the big question on everyone's mind. Everwild is a god-type game, a creation game where you will discover and become a mystical character in an unknown world with different creatures. The saving grace for Everwild is to go back to the drawing board, so to speak, to bring in a combat or conflict to the game that would please more players as they get into this new franchise. This is a god mode or a god world creation game. And on a LinkedIn post, a lead creative director for Rare said they are seeing a large-scale multiplayer world and extended artificial intelligence. This is a game where you'll be able to create and explore and interact with the world. This game is a callback to Viva Pinata. Think about this. This is a world where you'll go and experience and explore mystical and spiritual creations across a vast wildlife landscape. And if you are to find creatures and different animals and flora and fauna where you can tame and find out the abilities behind these plants and animals and learn to use them to bend to your will to create your village or your civilization in the world. And with a multiplayer aspect, friends will be able to drop in and drop out and interact with the world and see what the living and breathing physics and AI will do and respond as they build their own worlds, capturing some of the magic that millions and millions have seen for the past couple of years in something like Animal Crossing. This could be a major building game with the wonder and the charm of Viva Pinata, some of that building in Animal Crossing, and so much more that we've seen from Rare over the years. The Initiative Studios, founded and built in 2018 in Southern California, housing some of the biggest and the brightest in the industry, and possibly too many of the best of the industry, as over 40 of the leaders have left as they've moved on to Crystal Dynamics. Daryl Gallagher, the lead of the Initiative Studios, in concert with Crystal Dynamics, the team that rebooted Tomb Raider in 2013, is in charge of rebooting Perfect Dark. One of the problems with so many great leaders from big AAA studios that now work for the Initiative and have recently left is that many ideas were passed around, and it was reported that some groundbreaking and new trial-type game experiences were going to be implemented into Perfect Dark, and they were not working for the team. At one point, Daryl Gallagher said he needed to put his foot down and get the team building a great, standard, amazing game that they know how to build, and that some of the new mechanics and ideas were not working for the team. Here is what he said. It's no small task to build a studio and reinvent a beloved franchise. In creating the Initiative, we set out to leverage co-development partnerships to achieve our ambitions, and we're really excited about all of the progress we're seeing in our relationship with Crystal Dynamics. In this journey, it is not uncommon for there to be staffing changes, especially during a time of global upheaval over the last 2 years. And there's plenty more work in front of us to deliver a fantastic Perfect Dark experience to our players. We wish all our former colleagues the very best, and I'm confident in the team we have in place, the new talent joining, and we can't wait to share more with the fans. One of the outset complaints and issues among fans with Perfect Dark is that it is yet another first-person shooter, another first-person perspective game, when Xbox fans have been asking for years for a third-person open-world game from Xbox Game Studios. The twist of Perfect Dark being in first person with a third-person cover system, much like Deus Ex and the original Perfect Dark series, is very promising, and the GoPro-style combat system and mantling we see in Mirror's Edge is another great thing to be excited about. What the Initiative Studios needs to do to fix this is to get and prepare some gameplay or proof of concept ready for the fans this year or early next year if the game is to come out in 2023 or 2024. There is a call for Xbox to step in and quality control 343, Initiative Studios, and Rare to assist, support, and guide them. If 343 can build more content for Halo Infinite, continue to implement fan feedback, and get a roadmap out for content, they can revive the excellent momentum they had at the end of 2021. Rare needs to continue to innovate and change the gaming landscape with unconventional creative gameplay, and take the extra time to launch the game fully realized, even if that means taking an extra year. As for the Initiative, working with Crystal Dynamics is a sure thing. And with the focus on strong AAA traditional cinematic experiences they have delivered with Rise of the Tomb Raider, Perfect Dark will land on Xbox in a couple years, much stronger than we initially realized when things looked shaky during this new collaboration. But looking over almost every single first-party exclusive on Xbox, and they are releasing high-rated, impactful games with business as usual, and allowing Activision, Blizzard, and Bethesda teams to self-manage and create the games they want to create. As for Xbox's other 27 studios, the future is definitely bright, and the next year or so with new exclusives will paint a strong picture of an Xbox platform with a massive studio force that will dominate our time and give us more games than we can play. And that is something that Xbox fans haven't been able to say in a really long time. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Like I said, it's great to be back. It's been a long wait, but there has been some news. Some of the things like Perfect Dark and the Initiative were just a bit small, and I'd covered, if you want to go back, very big videos where I talk just about Perfect Dark and everything we know and what's going on. But this was a good opportunity to look at what I think are the 3 wildcard studios for Xbox. Rare has been amazing for a long time. I just don't know what they're going to do or how their stuff's going to turn out. 343 has made great Halo games I've enjoyed. I just feel like they should be making some of the best games we've ever played. I think they're getting there. They got to get some things in order, and that's why I wanted to cover that. And as far as the Perfect Dark game with the Initiative, this is a brand new thing. something didn't work. They tried to get all these people together, and just too many great minds in one place. People weren't having their voice heard. I'm a creator. I do this YouTube channel, but I'm a graphic designer. I'm an artist. I'm a musician. I know what it feels like to not have your creations realized or your voice heard. And so this is a big deal, and you can see why it caused an upset. But these 3 studios, if they can buckle down and get that focus in and create the experiences that the mass of fans are asking for, it's going to make a huge difference in how those games are launched. If you ended up enjoying this video, let me know and show your support by liking and subscribing to the channel. If you want to go even further and support the channel, I can make it worth your while by offering you early access to videos, and every month I do merch giveaways like this shirt that's already outdated. It's got the game studios before Activision was brought in, but I have a ton of stuff that also supports the podcast. If you also want to do that, you can check out the Ecstasy podcast that runs every Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we get people on there from other podcasts and some industry people. It's a great time. Check that out. Among the 3 studios, The Initiative, 343, and Rare, which one are you most worried about? And which one are you most excited about? Let me know in the comment section. While you're there, people are going to have their opinion about how they don't like Sea of Thieves, or they don't want to see Perfect Dark in first person, and they think Halo's done. I get it. I want to hear that opinion too, but while you're giving it, please be nice.